This is the beautiful entryway to the Highline. We're facing west right now, and we're on 34th Street. The Hudson River is just within view on the right-hand side. And right next to the entryway is the Jacob Javits Center. That's that white building. It takes up an entire block. Distance where those trees are, that's the entryway to the Highline. And the Highline curves all the way around. And again, this is an abandoned railroad trestle. And in the background, you can see the Jacob Javits Center. Then you can see the Hudson River too. But this is part of the Highline. And one of the reasons why it was so nice is it offers such a great view for everyone. And you can see here as we turn around, as we turn from the west, we're looking west right now. And so we're ending up now looking south, but that's where this railroad trestle leads. It leads all the way from 34th Street to 30th Street. And then from 30th Street and 12th Avenue, it goes to 10th Avenue and 30th Street. And then from 10th Avenue and 30th Street, it continues all the way down to 14th Street. But that's the park. That's what people really like. They like to be able to walk that entire distance on a beautiful day to enjoy the environment. And you can see the perfect views from here of everything. And of course, in about 7 years, this will all be blocked by other buildings going up around here, but that's okay. That's all part of the plan, because the people walking around here will still have excellent views of the Hudson, and I'm sure they'll establish like a boundary between the railroad trestle and the buildings to allow people to have great views of the buildings also. And again, we're looking south right now, and in the distance you can see Jersey City, and now we're looking to the west, or southwest right now. But you can see the beautiful Jersey Shore from here. This is why it's such a great park to be living in, or such a great park to walk around on. This is a continuation of the Highline. You can see all the people here. We're right next to 12th Avenue, which is now the West Side Highway, but we're right next to that. It's just beautiful. It's going to be tremendous views in the future when all this space is crowded by office buildings. You can see here all this space. In about 10 years, you're going to see nothing but office buildings here. But what a relief it will be to be able to walk out of your office building and go onto the Highline Park and enjoy unobstructed views of the Hudson. Is a continuation of the Highline. Just goes around and around. This is 30th Street, and it's going until 30th Street and 10th Avenue, and then it heads south to 14th Street. So it's a tremendous park, and you can even see from here, if I look down, railroad tracks. And then here, where all the grass is, you can even make out railroad tracks also. And this was part of the plan. This is the way the Highline was before they made it into a park. So I think they left the railroad tracks there in order to instill in the park goers the idea of a railroad trestle, an abandoned railroad trestle. Otherwise, if they had completely renewed the entire park, it wouldn't look quite so original. So I think there was a method to what they were doing. Obviously, they could have changed the other side to something new, refurbished, interesting, but they wanted to keep the old style there so that people could have an idea what it was like before, the nostalgia. The benefits of the Highline Park. Just great views, allows for people just to walk around, to enjoy the beautiful weather, and have great views of the Hudson River also. You can see everything there. And we're again at 30th and close to 11th Avenue. And that's the Jacob Javits Center in the distance there. And these are the trains from Penn Station. This is where they store the trains when they're not being run. Here, where the Highline, the abandoned railroad trestle, makes a turn, and it's starting to head south now, and they're going to head all the way down to 14th Street from here. Highline. You can see the buildings under renovation near here. It's just way too beautiful to leave buildings unrenovated around here. Further down on the Highline, you can just see how beautiful it looks. You know, all the beautiful buildings around here. And so it's very nice. Everyone should take a chance and go down and visit the Highline and see the wonderful people that are here. The wonderful people just strolling around in the beautiful buildings. Just an amazing place to see. What they've tried to do is have people remember what this abandoned train trestle was like. So they didn't want to improve everything. Otherwise, people would just think of this as just another park that was constructed. So you can see here how they have the train tracks still here. Original train tracks. It's just an amazing thing they did. And just in a beautiful part of the park. It just goes down all the way to the end of the park. You can see everything down there in the distance. Of this luxury development that has occurred right next to the Highline. You can see here, beautiful building. This is part of what happens when you create a beautiful park. And then you see more development going on right there. And then here is an example of modern architecture. Of course, modern building, modern architecture, right next to the Highline. So many people want to live here now. It's kind of one of the places to live, a popular place to live. You can see what beautiful architecture right near the Highline. So what tremendous, beautiful architecture. What beautiful space for people living in these buildings too, because now they have a chance just to enjoy the great views from the park. People heading north on the Highline Park. Now what we're going to see here is another side of Zaha Hadid's award-winning building. Just tremendous seeing this. She has recently passed. She had recently passed away. However, the building is still tremendous to live in. Just a beautiful building. Now, as I was mentioning, a lot of people want to build next to the Highline. So you have an example here of new construction going on that's going to obstruct a lot of views. But that's life. Sometimes you plan to have great views to only have them obstructed later on by another developer that decides he likes those views too. Is looking south toward 14th Street. Just beautiful. Beautiful weather, beautiful time just to be walking on the Highline Park. That's why it's so popular, and also because it's a little more narrow here. It makes it seem like a lot of people, and there are a lot of people, but it makes it seem like there's more people than there should be. But beautiful park, beautiful greenery, and that's the whole idea, so that people can enjoy nature in the middle of Manhattan. Another view of Zaha Hadid's award-winning building, just to give everyone perspective. It's very easy to not have perspective.
Oh no, I already talked to it.
But just more examples of the incredible architecture here around the Highline. It just makes sense. So many people really enjoy it. It's quiet, peaceful. The track is not going to be torn down, at least for the foreseeable future. And you're going to have great light. That's one of the things that people in New York really love, great light, because everyone insists on building right next to you. You can see all this amazing architecture around here. Here's another building that recently went up, and what a great design. Avenue and 23rd Street. See how crowded it is on Sunday. This is one of the things to do in New York, just to go out, go on the Highline. You can see people here just enjoying the sculptures that are on the Highline too. You have a lot of very high-end galleries very near the Highline. So they're very eager to have people interested in art and in sculpture. You can see another building that is new that went up here. Just beautiful to see that. And right now we're at 10th Avenue and 23rd Street. So this is a great way to see, again, perspective. And in the distance, you can see the building, the two buildings that have gone up and all the other buildings around here. Now imagine before this was the Highline Park, what it would have been like. And now how it is the Highline Park, how a lot of people prefer to live around here, and the values of the building have gone up. The rental rates for the apartments have gone up too. So it's good and it's not good. It's good that the neighborhood has become very, very attractive for people. It's not good because people who are living in apartments now are going to be priced out of their apartments.